The mind is the foundation of success. Where is the mind? Or what is the mind? You are welcome to Flashes of Dynamic Youth Thoughts from the stable of Salvation Dynamic Youth Global of Salvation International Prayer Christian Church, also known as SIPCC Global. I still remain your humble host, Ighedosa Davies, and today we'll be talking about the dynamics of the mind. Now, what is the mind? The mind is a part of the body that allows you to think, to feel emotions, and also understand things. Let me break that down a little bit. The mind is a part of the body that allows you to think, to reason, to think deep, to ruminate on a particular thing or more other things. It also allows you to feel certain emotions, to feel some emotions in your body. If you hear so many people say, I'm having mood swing, before that mood swing even came into being, it all started from the mind, and it also allows you to acknowledge and understand things. Now let's dive real quick into the dynamics of the mind. And the dynamics of the mind is in diversity. We have functionalities of the mind and also how to engage the mind. For the sake of today's conversation, we'll be dwelling more on how to engage the mind. What are the things you do to engage the mind? How do you even engage the mind? Now, before we proceed, I would love to tell us a story about a man I once read about that is so much love, and his name is Moro. He told us a story about his growing up and how this teacher told him while he was in primary school that he could not do better, he could not move, he could not go further in his academics, he should just stop, that is a failure. That particular day he went home crying, and the mom consoled him and talked him out of that feeling and made him see reasons why he could actually do better and do great in his academics. Long story cut short, some years after, Moro have risen from that level to the apex level such that he has produced a lot of books. And this particular day was actually having a book launch, and this same teacher that said he's never going to do great actually got one of Moro's book and stayed on a long queue for autograph. And while Moro was actually signing autograph, he recognized that face. He picked the book and signed an autograph on the book and caught the attention of the teacher to some years back where he made that statement. Mind you, if Moro has not engaged his mind positively, he wouldn't have gotten to the apex in his career. Young folks, youths out there, I know a lot of persons will have criticized you, talked you out, made you see reason why you should not further in that thing you are doing, made you see reasons why you should not further in your academics, telling you you don't know how to speak English, you don't know how to structure English, your English is so bad that your parents cannot push you further, you should just stop. No, you don't need to. You need to sit yourself down, encourage yourself, talk to yourself, tell yourself, I can do this, I can do better. If this person can do this, then I can do it. If your lecturer can get to the apex in their career, in their profession, who says you cannot get there? Mind you, all of these things start and end in your mind. It all boils down to how you engage your mind. What are the things you allow to stay in your mind? What are the thoughts you allow to stay in your mind? What are the things you allow to stay in your mind? And mind you, the things that have stayed in your mind for long becomes an habit that you begin to display. Now, you want to ask yourself this question: how did addiction start? Addiction starts from the mind. The things, the thoughts, the ideas you allow to stay in your mind. Imagine those people that you see smoking today. It started from them watching other people smoke, and they start to conceive the idea of, okay, I should try this thing someday. And before you know it, they didn't know when they picked the cigarette and start smoking, and it emanated from just smoking to smoking every day. In fact, some of them are even shameless now. They can smoke on the streets because they don't see any big deal in what they do, because that's become an addiction, and it started from the mind. Fraudster, internet fraud started from the mind. Who says you cannot change that? Who says you cannot rewrite the story of your family? Who says you cannot move your family from zero to an hero? Who says you cannot do better? It all starts from the mind. Don't allow anybody to discourage you or tell you cannot do better? Is it that's your uncle that you feel is your messiah? No, don't listen to them. You can do better and rewrite the story of your family and get to the apex of your career and your academics. So I would also like to tell you about a story that happened while I was in school, while I was on campus. That was in my final year. There was this young boy. He's a freshman in Faculty of Engineering, and when I heard this story, when I heard it, I was so pained, like I was pained to my bone marrow. And what was this thing that happened? A lecturer came to the class and told this boy that his English was bad, that he should just stop academics. Academic schooling is not for him. And this boy went home, got sniper, took sniper and drank it. 2 days after, the boy died. I was so pained when I heard the story. He could have done better. Imagine what would have happened by now if he had looked beyond what the lecturer said and continued. Mind you, like we've been discussing since, everything, your success or even your failure, boils down to the thought you allow in your mind. Your downfall in life or your uplifting in life all boils down to the thought you allow in your mind. I can imagine what the parents would have done by now, praising their child. My son is an engineer. So do not allow anything negative to stay in your mind for long, because when you allow those things stay in your mind for long, it messes up your mind, it messes up your thinking. It deters you from that place called there in life. It cuts your dream short. So I'm encouraging you, youth, irrespective of what anybody say to you or has said to you in the past or will say to you in the future, keep moving. Don't stop moving. They don't have a say in your life. They are not God over your life. The only person that has a say in your life is the one that has created you, which is God. Irrespective of the person's height and stage or the person's caliber, just keep moving. Keep moving. The person does not have a say in your rising or your uplifting. Just keep moving. And please, I want to implore us, I want to beg us, don't allow negative thoughts stay in your head for too long, because it's really going to mess you up. Concluding, I would love to leave us on this. Guard your hearts. The things you allowed in your mind, in and out of your mind, and most importantly, do a self-evaluation on yourself. The things you did wrongly, the things you did right, work on those things. Work on yourself on a daily basis, and mind the things you allow to stay in your mind. If there are negative things, please wash them out or push them out. Mind you assume what you consume. Till meet again next week, I still remain your humble host, Ighedosa Davies, and do well to follow us on all our social media platforms at SIPCC Global on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And a special thanks to V Radio for giving us this platform to come talk to you on a weekly basis, and do well to follow them on all social media platforms at V Radio on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and on Facebook at V Radio Official. Till meet again next week. Peace.